Phil, we'll talk about that game in a moment, but can you just provide an update firstly on Danny Ward, as there are obviously some quite distressing scenes?
Yeah. Well, first of all, obviously he was temporarily knocked out, and that's always a concern. But then he's gone to hospital for an X-ray on his arm, so we'll wait the results of that. And he was great as well, Danny, today. I feel for him so much, and all we can do is keep our fingers crossed it's not too serious. But the concussion obviously enabled us to bring Arthur on, which was key, and Arthur's made a good save at the end, and credit to him for that. It's never easy coming in those circumstances.
As you've touched on there, both keepers made some pretty big saves to get the result over the line. What was your assessment of today's victory?
Well, you've got to stand up and be counted at Millwall. This never changes. I've been here as a manager and a player many times, and you've got to just stand up to the atmosphere here and deal with the environment, and I felt we did that really well today. We had a good win on Tuesday, and I think felt that lifted everybody, and the belief you can see grew in the group from that performance. And today there was an edge about us in our defending, which if you go back through all the games, we've played some really good football. We've looked like we can create, but the edge of determination to defend our goal was there for all to see today, and it had to be, because they're obviously a good team. They were near the playoffs last year, and they've got some talent in the team, but we stood strong as a team. All the subs came on and did brilliantly. The staff, everybody was right behind the lads. The fans were brilliant, and it's just a great day for us to get off and running with a clean sheet and the first win, but more importantly, an away win.
I know a lot has been made of the team spirit over the last couple of years, that resilience, that grit, almost that Wrexham identity.
Yeah.
Given everything that's happened today, the atmosphere, as you've alluded to, a goalkeeper going off so late in the manner that he did, where does this sort of performance rank in terms of that togetherness and spirit?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a benchmark performance from us, and of what we are all about. We've got good players, and we showed it in patches today. We've scored two really good goals, and an outstanding pass from Max, and Kiefer's brave to score, and then a great finish from Lewis. But like I said, football's great and attacking play, but we've been all about being gritty and determined as well, and really make sure we're running those hard yards. And I think in periods so far this season we've done that, but we've just let things affect us in certain games, particularly last week against Sheffield Wednesday, and we've spoke to the lads about that. And I thought it was great today, because when we were winning, we got some passes in, and that's what we spoke about last week, where we were winning, they got the goal back, and we just kind of went long too many times and gave the ball back to them and invited pressure. Today we got on the ball and we played, and you need to do that at any level, but in particular the Championship, because if you give teams the ball back too many times, especially the back end of the game when fatigue is creeping in, then you're going to come under pressure.
Did that second goal show more of a ruthless side to you today? Jimmy's put that ball in straight away, and then Lewis has scored a goal to ultimately seal it when there would be pressure on getting that result.
Yeah, I think they're obviously pushing for the equaliser, and the big fella Cooper's gone up top, so there's always going to be space, and we very nearly exploited it not long before when Sam Smith broke down the left-hand side and couldn't quite find the pass to go and kill the game off. And yeah, obviously the second goal was fantastic. When the ref initially put on 7 minutes, I think everybody, even their fans, were a little bit surprised how many minutes were added, and then obviously the Danny injury as well. It kind of the game went on and on. But listen, it's a good test for us today, coming here, and we stood strong as a group, and I'm very proud of the performance.
Just on that injury front, Nathan Broadhead wasn't in the matchday squad today. Is there any sort of update you can provide on his condition?
Yeah, I mean, Nathan's got a kick on the calf against West Brom, and there's just some swelling of fluid in the muscle, and we didn't need to risk him today. He's a key player, and this international break now gives us a chance to get some of those injured players back on the training pitch, because when you look at the players who aren't here today, there's some real talent, and when we get everybody fit, we're going to have some good competition in the squad, and we're missing some really key players, but all making decent progress. Just when Nass was down with us today, he's probably a couple of weeks away. George Thompson's back on the grass. Obviously, Ollie Rathbone a little bit longer. Kakachi today, really tough game for him to come into. Only really trained properly Thursday, and I thought he kind of grew into the game really well for us. So yeah, it's key. Gives us a nice 2 weeks now to get some really good training in all the new lads, and obviously the lads who are going away. Hopefully they come back in one piece, but more importantly, let's get as many of those injured players back available for the QPR game.
Just finally, a first Championship win just before that international break. What can it do for your side now?
Well, I think it's just belief, isn't it? And we spoke about that a lot to the lads about belonging at the level, and in particularly on Tuesday, I think that was a great example. That first half we were in the game, okay. They scored a goal, the second one, and kind of we stopped playing. And the second half time, we said, lads, come on, we can go and win this game. We can go and win this game, but we've got to believe we can do it. And what is the way we're going to go and achieve that? And that's make sure the mixture's right in a game where we get control of the ball. We've got the ability to go down the sides as well. And I felt that second half at Preston was a really good kind of display from us, and you could see it lifted not just lads who played, but the lads who weren't in the team as well, because as everybody knows, Preston were coming on the back of some really good results.
Thanks, Phil.